Welcome to my studio. My name's ThomWhalen, and I'd like to talk about my art, my teaching, and how the two go together. I grew up in central Illinois and lived on a farm. Much of what we did was watch the soybeans grow and the corn wave. I attended Catholic school at the age of 6 years old, and what I learned there from Dominican nuns would take me further than I ever knew. There was a nun, Sister Mary Ellen O'Brien, who encouraged my mother that I had a gift in art. You look at your current work and you wonder, where did it come from? The black and white. Could it be the Dominican nuns? Could it be the eye candy of the Catholic Church? The horror vacui, every space taken up, every nook and cranny decorated. Sister encouraged my mother to take me to museums and to see different forms of art. And it was kind of like I looked back and I found New Guinean, I found Mayan, I found African. All these influences were not from a Western perspective, they were something new. Now, couple this with my newfound interest in Mad Magazine, Zap Comics, and Cracked Magazine, makes complete sense. When I look back at the cartoon in Mad Magazine, Spy vs. Spy, and Don Martin, I start to see the yin and yang of black and white and what that was, high contrast comics. I began to put onomatopoeias in my paintings. These are borrowings from Don Martin cartoons. I'd put in messages, lyrics, some type of little fragment of a sentence, maybe to direct you to see something in particular. This is where art of the album came in play. I remember where I was at when I saw Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Brain Salad Surgery. The metaphorical and exotic strangeness of Santana's Abraxas. A look into the macabre, the dark, the gothic, Nazareth, Hair of the Dog, and then the iconic Pepperland by Heinz Edelman, influenced, of course, supposedly by Peter Max. Another influence would be Kiss and their simple design of their album Rock and Roll Over. The 70s was a pretty cool time for a kid to be looking at art. During my undergraduate days, I discovered a group from Chicago called the Harry Who, the Monster Roster, Peter Saul, and Roger Shimamura. The Harry Who was founded by Jim Nutt, others, and instrumental partners like Carl Worsom. Then the Monster Roster with Roger Brown, Ed Paschke, the Papa Freak of them all, Peter Saul, and Roger Shimamura, my mentor and graduate professor. The best advice someone gave me was that you create your own audience. Your style, it finds you. Don't rush it. When you look back over your work over decades, you can see the transition of where you started, what influenced you, good or bad, and it's put into your work. Sometimes your art has a message. Sometimes the work is intrinsic, it's personal, it's meant for yourself. Other times it's poetic. The choice is yours. How you look at the world, how you interpret it, but remember one thing, when you put it out there, the responsibility is yours. One of my favorite quotes is by the artist Chuck Close, who says, "Inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us just show up and get to work. If you wait around for the clouds to part and a bolt of lightning to strike you in the brain, you're not going to make an awful lot of work. All the best ideas come out of the process. They come out of the work itself." Your art is an extension of your soul.